Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Amir Khan, stay retired. Okay, now Amir Khan's looking to return to the sport of boxing. He wants the biggest and best names. And there is a chance where he's trying to fight in Saudi against Manny Pacquiao. But Pacquiao's interested more in Mayweather. But there's a big name out there that Amir Khan could be targeting for his return. And that name is none other than Errol Spence. Now, let's have a serious conversation about this, right? Because normally we wouldn't even have this conversation. How many of you out there feel that Errol Spence would beat Amir Khan? Like right now. That's a question. That's a serious question, man. I should have gone live for this one. See, because what we're asking ourselves is, does Amir Khan have enough left in the tank? Although he's back training, right? What I'm telling you is a fact. He's back training. Although he's back in training, does he have enough left to return to the sport of boxing and compete? Now, sounds like he's chasing a big money fight with Pacquiao, but he did say he wants big fights. And we know Errol Spence made fun of Amir Khan about his fighting style, and they saying he fights like an amateur, and Errol Spence, kind of suggesting that people are being audacious when they mention Amir Khan's name alongside his name. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I think the real question is, how much does Spence have left in him? And what can Spence give in a fight against Amir Khan? We would never have been having this conversation if Errol Spence didn't look the way he did against Terence Crawford. If we didn't find out that Errol Spence, what it sounds like, has had things going on with him physically. Damn eyelashes in my eye. Physically, that could have affected his performance against Crawford. Doesn't seem to have an interest in getting back in that ring with Crawford at all. They figured they would have had the rematch already. Spence mentioned a few different things that were kind of plaguing him. But I think, in my opinion, just to kind of play it safe for Errol Spence's return. Some people are going to disagree. But if the Amir Khan fight presented itself to Errol Spence in Saudi Arabia for some good money, why shouldn't Errol Spence take that fight? It's an easy money grab, right? Now, if you ask Amir Khan will tell you that he'll take Spence. He gives himself a good chance against Spence. I think any and every fighter out there, from 135 and up, feel that the way Spence performed against Crawford, that they stand a good chance to beat Spence themselves. And you can't blame somebody for feeling that way, just the way that Spence looked in that fight. But I got to say, we got to hold our horses, not take it to the stupid, because I don't think Spence would allow himself to return to the sport of boxing and fight Amir Khan. Also, I think Spence has enough left in him. But he's got to prove it, though. But I just think he has enough left in him to where an inactive Amir Khan, who, doesn't have the best chin, I just think Spence stops him. But what I would say is, crazier things have happened, man. And for those of you who want to see Spence get back in the ring, Y'all may get it. And you may get it against somebody who Spence can look good against. But Lord have mercy. I had to take a deep breath when I was getting ready to do this video. But I got to be real with myself. Based on how Spence looked, he had some injuries. He and Terrence Crawford haven't fought in like 7-8 months now. Now, Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan, that already happened, and we saw what happened there. But for Errol Spence Jr., don't really know what's going on with him. I mean, a good fight back just to make sure he's still firing on all cylinders could be Amir Khan. But anyway, I'll let you guys leave your comments and let me know what you think about it. I personally think Amir Khan will fight anybody. He's talking about returning to the sport. He's already training. And him and Errol Spence, out of everyone out there that Amir Khan could fight, as far as the fights he wants, he's probably not. I can't see Manny Pacquiao fighting him. But if for some reason they made Amir Khan and Errol Spence, I'm not so sure I'll sit here and say, Errol Spence wins that fight easily. I want to say it, but I'm not so sure I can say that. Because I'm not so sure Errol Spence is going to be able to rebound and look anything different than what he looked against Terrence Crawford. I'm just not so sure. But that being said, we'll see what happens. But when Amir Khan, just the thing about Amir Khan, when he starts saying things as far as fights and fighters he wants and stuff like that, you guys ever notice the only 2 fights Amir Khan wasn't able to get is Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. He almost got Pacquiao. I can't remember what exactly happened with that. But he had Pacquiao's ass. I think Floyd Mayweather came in and messed it up. And then for Floyd Mayweather, everybody said, to this day, everybody says, stylistically, Khan, a prime Amir Khan, was a horrible fight for Floyd Mayweather stylistically. I think Floyd would have still been able to get to Amir Khan and get the win. But that Amir Khan, with that hand speed, footwork, the aggression, I think he would have had some success. Beating Floyd, I don't know about that. But he would have had some success because Amir Khan had success against everyone. When he fought Terrence Crawford, early in the fight, when they were first going, he was throwing some shots. And you can see Crawford wasn't really doing much. He'd back up, kind of bite his lip, just like, okay. But he wasn't really, he was touching Crawford, but it wasn't nothing crazy. But the fact is, that hand speed is crazy. But he got crazy, threw a jab, he reached, stayed in too long. Crawford came over with the right hand, boom. Amir Khan started dancing salsa in the ring. Then he came back with the left hook, boom, put Amir Khan down. Amir Khan tried to get himself back in the fight, but after that, the fight was over. He couldn't handle what that shit Crawford was dishing out. But if he fights Errol Spence, who knows? Maybe he can handle it. Maybe Spence can't handle it. Maybe Khan can't handle it. We don't know. But I think it makes for an interesting fight. And I think if he pushes hard enough, and if the money's there, you just don't know, man. Maybe Khan versus Spence happens. Anyway, we'll see. In the breeze.